The question that I honestly had to ask myself is, would I have been in that much of a hurry to have gotten to the theater to see this movie if it wasn't for the return of Michael Keaton's Batman? Yeah, I don't know. What's good with it, people? Welcome to the Joe Blackula Perspective presents Behind the Curtain, and I am your host, the infamous Joe Blackula. Cue my drop.
Joe Blackula.
That's what it is. Now, The Flash was released in theaters on Friday, June 16th, 2023. I saw it on Saturday, June 17th, 2023. Has a running time of 2 hours and 24 minutes, rated PG-13 for CGI violence, and stars Ezra Miller as Barry Allen the Flash. Sidebar: how many true hip-hop heads out there that are around my age bracket, whenever we hear the name Barry Allen, we immediately think of Harry Allen? Cue Public Enemy Don't Believe the Hype.
Harry Allen, I gotta ask him.
And if they ever decide to do a biopic on the comedian Howie Mandel, they should cast Ezra Miller without question, unless he decides to go batshit crazy again.
Bat shit crazy.
And speaking of batshit, this movie also stars Michael Keaton with the iconic return of his 1989 Batman. Yep. And this movie is directed by Andy Muschietti. I have never heard of him, and I did not feel like looking him up. Disclaimer: if you saw the trailer for this movie when it first dropped, and if you're old enough to remember seeing Batman 1989 in the theaters, then you are one of the ones like me who only really wanted to see this movie for the return of Michael Keaton's 1989 Batman. No offense to all of the Flash fans out there, but otherwise, I think I could have cared less about this one. That's because of my history with the Flash. When I was growing up, he was on my pay no mind, bargain bin, discount list. But when I got older, I got my coattails pulled to the DC animated movies with him in them, which made me appreciate the character more. But other than that,
I don't care.
the story plot is that the DCE universe is into the multiverse. Clearly, Marvel does not own the rights to the word multiverse because the DCEU has figured out how to get into this whole multiverse thing and whatnot. But Flash figures out how to time travel accidentally using his speed powers, whatever it is that he calls them, goes back, makes an adjustment, and all hell breaks loose, literally. This movie, once again, is another story about grief and trauma, and how dangerous it is when you have irresponsible superheroes that do not know how to deal with their own PTSD. Barry can't deal with the loss of his mom, a common theme, and in return, all of the multiverses have to pay for it. Off script, I swear it sounded like I'm talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. It is a lot of dope scenes in this movie. When Ben Affleck showed up as Batman on that Batpod motorcycle in the Adam West gray and royal blue costume, that was dope. Sidebar: Charlemagne the God and any and all other trolls can shut the hell up 7 times when they keep saying that Ben Affleck was the worst Batman out of the franchise. Did you see Batman and Robin with George Clooney? Did you? Cue Kylie G. Trash. Spoiler alert, George Clooney. Nope, not yet. Another dope scene, to keep it brief, was any and all scenes with Michael Keaton when he had his 89 Batman suit on. Bruh, when they showed the Batcave, when they showed the 89 Batmobile, and that Danny Elfman music theme kicked in, I threw my hands and arms in the air just like I had won a goddamn race. Looked over to my right to a frightened white couple and they agreed. And look, Warner, Discovery, whatever the hell they are now, they are missing out on a smooth billion if they think we ain't gonna bum rush the theaters to see at least one more 89 Michael Keaton Batman. This dude was better in this one than he was in 1989. I mean, yeah, it's CGI and whatnot. If they can get Harrison Ford at 80 to do a last Indiana Jones, then they can get at least 2 more out of Keaton at 70. I'm I'm just saying. The scenes when Barry is finally realizing how annoying he is to other people in real life was heavy. The self-realization of it, you dig, I can appreciate that. And the scenes of how he was dealing with the memories of how he lost his mother, who was Hispanic, that has to be recognized, then having to deal with her. It's a scene in the grocery store that reminded me a lot of the scene between Tony and Howard Stark in the Avengers Endgame. You'll know what I mean. Sometimes I honestly feel like the psychiatric care community has an ulterior motive to get everyone to all of a sudden bum rush therapists and whatnot. Because everything that we're dealing with these days, we are immediately redirected to therapy and counseling. Y'all are starting to get super obvious, but then I realized that DC kicked off their history with that. Superman's earthly pops, Jonathan namesake Kent, drops dead in the front yard. It was Clark's fault. Bruce Wayne, we've seen that story about 1 billion times about what happened with him and his parents, in which Michael Keaton's Batman in this one is still dealing with it. The Flash even made a joke about it to a nurse in the movie about how she may need to seek counseling after about what happened to her. So I'm guessing that they're staying true to the template. But along with that, the way that Ezra Miller is acting with himself. We all know that's CGI, and I actually caught a slip up in the CGI when they went to Russia, when they were climbing down this ladder. I saw something. But I'm saying, you never even think about that. That's only one Ezra in that room, in that moment, in that shot. Spoiler alert, man, the cameos in this movie. Ben Affleck, man. Jeremy Irons returns as Alfred. He has been my favorite Alfred so far. Wonder Woman popped up. That wasn't that big of a surprise though. I'ma star y'all out for all the other cameos that had me like, yo! The white couple once again agreed with me. They were scared. I was loud. It was early. Nerd alert! So there's a scene in the movie where they pay a proper homage. The word is homage, not homage. Stop it.
You sound like a damn fool when you say it wrong.
All right then.
Tell Jalen Rose to stop it. Tell Stephen A. Smith to stop it.
Shut the fuck up!
But they pay a proper homage to all of the actors that have played Superman since the 1950s. They even include Nicolas Cage. Yep, I ain't even about to get into all of that. Look up Nicolas Cage as Superman on YouTube and you'll see what I mean. That was dope how they did that. They did the same with most of the Batman characters as well. Didn't expect that. Some of the obvious obligatory Batman 89 callback quotes were corny. Well, at least one of them. The "Yep, I'm Batman," that was dope.
I'm Batman. Yeah. I'm Batman.
But the other one, nope, I'm not saying that one because it's a pause moment.
Now you wanna get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts. You wanna get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Yeah,
Hey, yo.
when you is that a pause?
Pause, yeah. Yeah, nigga.
Yeah, that was kind of a cornball reach of sorts. Failed to mention Superman or Supergirl. I have no idea how they're going to define that character. She was played by Sasha Calle. She was dope. Got me kind of interested in seeing where or if they decide to go somewhere with her character in this new DCEU James Gunn universe. And Michael Shannon returns as General Zod. Always good to see him again. I have been a fan of his since Boardwalk Empire. Riddle me this. I want to know what the great Dr. Umar Johnson thinks about his Pan-African sister, Iris West, played by sister actress Kiersey Clemens, chasing after the snow bunny Barry Allen. I mean, she stays after him. In conclusion, with all the drama that Ezra Miller caused during, I think, either while shooting the movie or after the fact, I'm just glad that the movie made it to the theaters, because what Warner thinks about shelving a movie is nothing. Mind you, Ezra Miller's drama was Voyage to Atlantis deeper than Jonathan namesake Majors, and I didn't hear too much of anything during Ezra's Drama Fest.
Come on, come on!
I'm just saying, and you should see how they handled that cat Ezra at the red carpet event for The Flash. I don't think my mans was there for 15 minutes. His handlers ain't let him ask any questions, and they snatched him back to the safe house that they've had him in for the past year. Sidebar! I used the title him and his when mentioning Ezra more than once. Rightfully so though. Ezra considers itself as the pronoun they.
His mama named him Clay. I'ma call him Clay. Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right I expected this movie to be funny, but what I didn't expect was all the emotional drama, the PTSD overload and whatnot. If I took one thing from this movie that I think I should apply in daily life, is when Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne told Barry that we don't have to let trauma define us, or don't let trauma define you, one of them. Folks should remember that and apply that, including me. Most important is that this movie kept my attention the entire time, which is key for me these days because it is nothing for me to fall asleep in a movie theater, and I did not nod off at all. At least I don't remember if I did or not. Sidebar! Real talk though, I honestly don't remember what happened to General Zod's character. Does that mean that I fell asleep? This movie, The Flash, was definitely one of my 5 must-see movies for 2023. This one, Guardians of the Galaxy, Transformers Rise of the Beasts, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, and the expectations didn't quite let me down like Ant-Man Quantumania. Like, love, hate, or debate, I really liked this movie, but I loved everything and every scene that had something to do with Michael Keaton in it. I almost feel that his limited parts in this movie is better than the entire Batman 89. That's because that movie has not aged well to me. Listen to the sound effects and the gunshots in that movie. How many black fists do I give The Flash? I'm gonna give The Flash 3.5 out of 5. 4. I'm gonna give it 4 black fists out of 5. And a very special thank you for Michael Keaton for not having died as of yet. Alright people, let's put a bow on this one because it is officially a wrap. Please like, share, subscribe, text 10 people to text 10 people, and whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below and let a brother know, and I will holla black in a few ticks. In a minute, people. Sidebar, off script, if anybody's still kind of hanging around, I recorded my entire review before I realized that I actually have 2 Flash shirts that I could have worn during this review. So I went back, reshot some of the stuff, and cut in the shots with me with the shirt on. This way the shirt wasn't an entire waste. The year now is 2023. I actually bought this shirt back in 2020. And look, this bitch still fit, goddammit. It's a large. Alright, I think I'm done.